The dark truths of life. First, on death, the only certainty. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. Death is not your enemy, ignorance of it is. The Stoics called this memento mori, remember you will die, not to crush you, but to wake you. Every breath is borrowed, every morning is unearned. You do not know if this day is your last, so meet it fully. The man who fears death clings to half-lives. The man who accepts it lives without chains. Second, on judgment, the noise of others. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. People will judge you. This is not cruelty. It is simply the nature of minds that do not know you. You cannot control how you are received, only how you conduct yourself. The Stoic does not perform for the crowd. He acts rightly in the dark, alone, when no one is watching. Let their judgment be theirs to carry. Your virtue is yours to build. Third, on perfection, the tyrants lie. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Epictetus. Perfection is not a destination, it is a mirage that retreats as you approach. The Stoics did not chase the perfect life, they sought the examined one. Progress, not perfection, is the path of the philosopher. Accept that you are unfinished. Every flaw is an invitation to practice. Every failure, a teacher disguised as an adversary. Fourth, on being used, the test of discernment. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. You will be used, perhaps already have been. This is not weakness, it is a lesson in discernment that must be learned through experience, not theory. The Stoic does not harden his heart in response. He sharpens his judgment. He gives willingly but watches clearly. And when the truth reveals itself, he does not rage, he adjusts and moves forward with open eyes. Fifth, on loss, the impermanence of those we love. Never say of anything, I have lost it, but I have returned it. Epictetus. Everyone you love will leave, through death, through distance, through change. The Stoics called this amor fati, love of fate, not passive resignation, but radical acceptance. You were not promised permanence, you were given presence. The man who understands impermanence does not love less, he loves more urgently, more honestly, without the illusion of forever. Sixth, on heartbreak, when pain has no wound. He suffers more than necessary who suffers before it is necessary. Seneca. The deepest wounds are the ones no surgeon can reach. Unrequited love, grief, betrayal, these pains are real and should not be dismissed. But the Stoic knows, suffering prolonged beyond its lesson becomes a prison of your own making. Feel it fully, learn from it, then release it. Pain is a teacher, but you were not born to be its student forever. Seventh, on change, the river beneath your feet. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Marcus Aurelius. Everything changes, people, feelings, faces, fortunes. To resist this is to fight the river with bare hands. The Stoic does not mourn what shifts, he flows. He builds his identity not on circumstances, which are sand, but on character, which is stone. When the world rearranges itself around you, your virtue remains, that is enough. Eighth, on failure, the forge of character. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is its raw material. Every setback is a sculptor's chisel, shaping you toward what you're destined to become if you have the courage not to flinch. The Stoic does not ask to be spared from difficulty. He asks only for the strength to meet it well. Your failures are not your biography, they are your training. Ninth, on uncertainty, the only honest ground. Confine yourself to the present. Marcus Aurelius. No oracle exists, no plan survives contact with life unchanged. The man who places all his faith in tomorrow's certainty is building his house on smoke. The Stoic stands on the only solid ground available, this moment, this choice, this action. You cannot control what comes, only how you meet it when it arrives. Plan wisely, hold plans loosely, remain ready. 10th, on betrayal, when trust becomes the lesson. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change. Marcus Aurelius. Trust will be broken. This is not cynicism, it is realism. The Stoic does not avoid trust because of its risks. He gives it with clear eyes, knowing that even betrayal is information. When it comes, he does not collapse into bitterness. He asks, what does this reveal about who I chose to trust, and what does my response reveal about who I am? 11th, on acceptance, the hypocrisy we must confront. First say to yourself what you would be, then do accordingly. Epictetus. We crave to be accepted exactly as we are, and yet we withhold this from others without a thought. The Stoic sees this inconsistency and does not look away. He begins with himself. He extends to others the patience he demands for himself. He practices acceptance not as a sentiment, but as a discipline practiced daily, often against his own resistance. 12th, on life, beautiful despite all of this. Dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. Marcus Aurelius. All of this is true, and life remains beautiful. The Stoic holds both without contradiction. He does not require comfort to feel gratitude. He finds wonder in what is, rather than anguish over what is not. He lives fully, not because everything is good, but because he has made himself capable of living well within everything. This is not optimism. This is philosophy in practice. These are not comfortable truths, but the Stoic was never interested in comfort for its own sake, only in clarity, in virtue, and in living a life he could defend before his own conscience. Be yourself, grow every day, hold gratitude as a practice, not a mood, offer kindness without expectation of return, do not add to the burden of those who already carry much. And when you fall short, as you will, do not condemn yourself, return. The Stoics called this the turning back, the willingness to try again without drama, without despair. You have survived every hard day so far. That is not nothing, that is everything.